family feel to our business here. The people that are here are part of our GCL family, and we treat them like family. If they need something, we help them. If their family's got issues, we help them. We have dogs in the building. We got pups in the building.
Yeah.
We got kids in the building. We accommodate our business around having teenagers and kids around. So it's more of a GCL working family than it is a regimented, policy-driven business.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing about growing with some companies sometimes, because you get so many people, you have to start following all this red tape and regulation.
True.
So where do you see your company going in the next few years? Do you see like expanding into different regions? Do you see more partners? What do you kind of foresee? Where's the company going?
Well, eventually the business is going to expand out. We're going to have some offices in other locations. I'm not sure who will head up those other offices, but we'll probably end up with definitely an office in Atlanta and an office in Raleigh, Durham. Those are two places we've worked in the past and had good experiences. Those are robust, growing economies in both of those cities.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to grow the business, but I think we want to grow it in a way that it's creates a good quality of life for the GCL family of people.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't create that good quality of life, we're probably not interested in it. So.
Okay. And talking about family again, you have kids. I know there's a few other people that work here that have kids. Have the kids been interested in the business and learning about the business so far?
We've got, right now we've probably got 6 to 10 teenagers that are still in school
Mm-hmm.
that either work part-time or they do work part-time, but none of them are full-time. But we've tried to integrate kids into the business and teenagers to try to teach them some of the things of life that you can't learn in school.
That's right.
And
I saw
so,
somebody was working a drone at one of your projects on Facebook, I think somebody.
Yeah.
So is that one of the teenagers out there working the aerial camera work to get some of that?
We haven't really got it to where we want to yet, but we know that drones, drone photography, video surveying, or drone surveying of pieces of land or contour lines for mapping, whatever. All that's going to be something for the future that construction companies are going to have to deal with.
Right.
And so
Get in there, young people.
we
Learn
would
that
love
stuff.
for the young people to figure it out, so
Yeah.
us old people don't have to
That's right.
do it.
I know, I hear you. So I've seen some awesome pictures again on your Facebook page and other people that are in your company with your Christmas parties. So how do you reward yourself and your team members when it's had a job well done?
Well, if you want the honest, I could tell you a bunch of BS, but the honest approach is we're not very good about rewarding people.
Too busy.
We're too busy to get on to the next endeavor.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we're not good enough at saying, "Hey, good job." We're more worried about getting to the next job.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I come from a teacher
Mm-hmm.
whose name was Ted Phillips,
Mm-hmm.
who his whole logic was never tell you what you do good, always tell you what you're doing wrong, and hope you never take offense to it and you go out and correct it. So that was sort of his mentality of leadership, and unfortunately I probably got the same trait.
Well, and unfortunately, the cupcake generation out there, they're not used to that kind
True.
of being dealt with, and I think a little bit of that needs to come back into the workplace for sure.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely. So, and somebody already told me the answer to this, I'm going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
At the end of the day or the work week, how do you recharge and relax and get away from the business?
Well, I'm not good at that.
Yeah,
but
somebody told me he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not good at that, but I have a tendency to want to work, all the time. But I do at this point enjoy seeing the weekends. I got a place out on Big Snowbird on the creek that I go some weekends.
Okay.
Some weekends I like to just get out of Robbinsville.
Yeah.
Robbinsville being a small town, sometimes I like to go to the city
Mhm.
and I act like I'm another person in another world for a
Yep.
little while.
Yep. We do the same
And
thing.
it sort of gets me my sanity back.
Yeah. Oh, it is different when
Yeah.
you get away
And
from
so,
here.
I think seeing different cultures,
Yeah,
different people, different environments
definitely.
is all good and part of the learning experience. of
Yeah,
life.
good for the kids too. So lastly, I always think about this because I was in insurance, succession type planning, and I think that's important for entrepreneurs to kind of know what that means about, you know, if you pass away, your other partners, do they really want to be in business with your wife? Does your
Mhm.
wife want to continue to go forward with the business,
Mhm.
or is it that your sons take over? So there's this kind of planning that has to be done for people. Do you guys have some of those agreements worked out? Or?
We are, to answer your question, no. We're
Okay.
working on a succession plan which would create, it's sort of a buyout plan
Okay.
where all the partners will go out and buy a life insurance policy.
Mhm.
The company will pay for it on each individuals that are agreed to an amount to where if something happened to one of the partners, their family's automatically paid for their part of the company. And there's really there's no negotiations after the fact. It's an agreed to buyout plan that pays anybody's family out in the event that one of us dies prematurely.
Okay.
Obviously that plan can be changed. We all have kids.
Right.
You know, I have, my son Storm is working in the business. But still again, you know, there's kids that want to engage, there's kids that don't.
Right.
And we've got to get a better plan together to make sure we don't leave any family hung with something they don't want.
Right.
Or in the position they don't need to be in.
Right. And then just to finish it up, I think sometimes people like to know, like, what is the day in the life of Randy Jordan? I mean, are you constantly having meetings on the phone? Is it conference calls? Is people bringing you things to sign? Are you actively having to go to the sites? Tell us a little bit about your work day and how you kind of manage the flow.
Well, I get up, you know, every morning, come here, usually stop and eat breakfast somewhere, but unfortunately my life is a paperwork world. I'm not a fan of paperwork. I'd rather be out in the field somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of, my wife don't hardly understand, but I've told her before if I could do anything I wanted to, I'd be a dump truck driver. I'd just go haul dirt.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I like. You know, I like to knock down trees and move dirt. You know, so, but unfortunately, if you want to run a business and own your own business, it's, you know, the different components of it between insurance, bonding and sureties, accounting, banking, you know, equipment, financing. You know, there's all these different pots that just take a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And somebody's got to be here paying attention while somebody else gets to do the fun part and be out playing the dirt.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm 50 years old at this point, so my dirt playing's over with,
Yeah.
I guess, kinda.
Yeah.
But, so, you know, I love to get out to the jobs, don't get out to the jobs near enough, that's what I want to, but, you know, luckily we have some work going on locally, so.
Okay.
I
That keeps
always
people
try-
close to home.
Yeah, I always drive those guys crazy around
Yeah.
here, I show up too much.
Yeah.
So,
Any last parting words of wisdom to the entrepreneurs, people that are really wanting to start a business? We know we need to tell them that it's crazy. It could be really crazy, but any other kind of parting words of wisdom
no,
to
I
the
guess,
audience?
you know, what you gotta understand is that, you know, I came out of high school at 18-year-old and thought I know everything about the world.
They all think that.
And I went in business myself at 18. Had a sawmill, had 15 tractor trailers hauling to the West Coast when I was 18 years old, and I miserably failed. I didn't file bankruptcy, but I probably should have, but I miserably failed.
Okay.
So, you know, and I've come back from that to be, that was the best education I could have got at 18.
You hear that from a lot of different entrepreneurs
Yeah.
about the failure and what you
So,
learn from it.
You gotta understand that failure is something in life that's hard to endure, it's hard to tolerate it, it's hard to accept it, and a lot of times your lifestyle has to change when you have failure, but unfortunately it's part of being in business. Not all businesses succeed at first.
Right.
And so, you know, it's a challenge, but
Yeah.
you gotta understand when you go in that if it was easy, everybody'd be billionaires.
That's right.
So it's not easy.
That's right.
There's nothing easy about it. So, so it's a tough road.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And my camera person over here, Megan, thank you for your time. My name's Tabitha Myler. I'm in the Masters of Entrepreneurship at Western Carolina University. We're signing off and appreciate